Time to worry?
Worry?
A little bit. A little bit.
This is great news.
Okay, here we go. Now we're in fantasy world.
Oh, really?
We're
in fantasy world. Chris Jones confirmed he'll be back. He even gave us the last possible date. So I said many times the Chiefs can't go 20-0 without Chris Jones. You know what they can go? 7-0 without him. Because you know where all of their hardest games are. Well, to go to 20-0, they have to start everything. Hold on a second. Well, maybe so, maybe not.
Bro.
But now we know Chris Jones, who has said he wants to win Defensive Player of the Year, he's going to have to play his ass off those last 10 games with Defensive Player of the Year. But set that aside. We know he is not even threatening to skip the entire season, which could be somewhat problematic for the Chiefs. And if we can put up the schedule, I think we can. I think we have it. What's the hardest game in the Chiefs' schedule? The Bengals, they own them. When's that? When's the Bills game? Oh, that seems to be after Week 7. When's the Eagles game? That's after Week 7. When are all of the road divisional games? Well, let's see. Week 8, that's after 7. Week 12, Week 18. Oh, my goodness gracious. Aside from a visit to the Prince, it is the easiest part of the schedule without him.
Disrespect of the Lions.
Thank you.
Oh, give me a break.
The Lions, the Jets?
Okay, Week 1. Patrick Mahomes,
Minnesota?
in Week 1 in his career is 5-0. They average 38 points per game. He has 18 touchdowns, 0 picks. They're not losing when they are hanging a banner. The better banners, well, equal banners to what you see on this show. Give me a break. So it's good news. We know he's coming back. We know he's coming back.
Can I show you another graphic, Greg?
Please.
Just to support your quip.
What?
Jared Goff.
Oh, stop
Sleep on Jared Goff. Jared Goff, when he's not facing pressure, so Chris Jones is not there. Jared Goff gets to sit in that pocket. 70 per. Look at it. 24 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Greg is already on the Lions bandwagon.
And they already have one of the best offensive lines in all of football.
Big letdown game. They're on like a 9-game winning streak.
You exiled a guy that's going to give you potentially the biggest issue on the defensive front, Chris Jones. Look, this is a problem. This is a problem.
So it is panic time.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's panic time because you do have Patrick Mahomes, and you're never going to panic when you have that great of a player. However, when you look at defensively and Spagnuolo and what he wants to do, and some of the guys that they have on that D-line right now that are already injured, that they're not getting the production that they want to see, he makes everything work.
Of course, he's a great player.
I get that.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
But what I'm saying is, you're speaking because it's solely what you know the Patrick Mahomes has been able to do. What I'm saying is he's been able to do that along with Chris Jones being on the other side and him doing his part.
He was also able to do it when Chris Jones was there when we had number 30 ranked defense. But here, can we put the Chiefs?
But he's always been the player that steps
Chris
up and
Jones,
makes the play.
I had him as one of the 10 best players in the league. I agree with all of that. What I am saying to you, and you guys laughed at me and thought I was doing some vaudeville act, but I'm serious. Right now, let's assume Chris Jones is not back until Week 8. Tell me the Chiefs' record, and then you tell me if it's panic-worthy. That's what I'm asking.
That's a fair way to frame it.
If he misses all 7 games,
worst case scenario,
5-2. Worst case.
Which is why I say it's
so
not
you got Jacksonville and the Chargers beating them?
The Jacksonville, and then what I would say is you have four tough games. Jacksonville, Jets, Vikings, Chargers, and split those 4. The other 3 games are you roll over them. So it's 5-2 at worst.
Wait, you're not even acknowledging
at worst, if you said
stop it.
Broncos play them tough.
Broncos have won a Super Bowl more recently. They've beaten the Chiefs.
They play them tough.
Play them tough. Drop a band.
I'm with Nick in that it's not time to panic. All right, Andy Reid doesn't even seem to care. I mean, my goodness. Remember we jumped on Jim Irsay for what he said about Jonathan Taylor, and I'm not jumping on Andy Reid. But this was the same thing. Andy was like, "Hey, the games go on. You know,
didn't play
he's
that.
not here. He's not here."
Didn't think that was frustration from Andy Reid and his own Andy Reid?
Not at all. Because he said it a couple of weeks ago. He said a similar thing. I'm not saying he doesn't value Chris Jones.
Because you got to be like that as a head coach.
He is just like, we're fine.
Oh, but can I also
we're good.
make another point? Because I don't think, by the way, he's going to miss the first 7 weeks. I don't think he's going to miss the first any weeks.
Just get it done.
Wait, hold on.
Are they getting it done?
Is Nick Bosa? Hey, guys, how's Nick Bosa looked at camp? Anybody know? Oh, he hasn't shown up yet either. So
their defense is better though than the Chiefs.
No,
if you take Bosa and Jones off.
Of course their defense better than the
Yes.
Chiefs.
All right.
I understand.
So I'm just saying,
My
that's why it's
point
not the
is
same thing.
you have 2 star defensive players in the whole league that didn't show up to training camp. Neither has shown up yet. Do we think Nick Bosa and Chris Jones are not going to play this year? I don't. I think he's going to play. And he has been adamant that he wants to win Defensive Player of the Year. He has shown up at Chiefs events. He wants a bunch of money, and he deserves a bunch of money.
I'm with you. I didn't say it's time to panic, but what I'm saying is when you look, forget what I'm saying. I want to ask a question to you, the resident GM.
Yeah.
When you get rid of Tyreek Hill a year before
And win the Super Bowl.
And Frank Clark, you let him go, let him walk. You're not paying Travis Kelce probably what he's worth. You're not even paying Patrick Mahomes what we're seeing all these other quarterbacks making.
Yeah.
Why are you holding on to your money and not paying this guy? What's the
So I
holdup?
think they are going to pay this guy. They have said Brett Veach went on the record and said one of the reasons we traded Tyreek was to pay him. I think that right now they're either haggling over guarantee or length, but it will get done. Chris Jones is going to be a Chief, and by the time he plays his first game, they will have 0 losses next to their record, either because it is the first game of the year or it's because week 8 and they have no losses.
They're not
those
going
first
7-0
I'm
without Chris Jones. Worst case scenario, I think, is 4-3.
Well,
now they're fine at 4-3 because the bottom line is, Greg said it. You got Mahomes.
Okay.
You won it without Tyreek Hill. You won it with so many young rookies on the defensive side last year. You won it with a 7th-round pick as your running back. I love to Isaiah Pacheco, but still. Yeah. Okay. So they're fine.
All right.
Yes, there's a chance that they don't.
Like a real chance. Anything can happen.
Like what are we making this up? Like other teams don't improve in the offseason. Like the Chargers are just going to be the same old Chargers, and the Chiefs are just going to lay down, and the Broncos are just going to never beat the Chiefs. It's happening, Nick.
Win.
Get it through your skull. It is going to happen this year. Okay. The Broncos will end up beating the Chiefs one of these games, maybe even both. We will see. But when we talk about cruising, like yes, they won all 6 games in their division last year. But these aren't easy games that they're winning. They're winning by 3, by 1. Chargers both times 3 points or less. So for me to sit here and just act like these teams haven't improved and aren't equipping themselves so that they can dethrone the Chiefs in a regular season game, I'm not saying that they're going to lose the division, but it's not just going to be a cruise.
Listen, here's what I know. The reason that it said they cruise through the division is post Mahomes' rookie year. They have won the division by 5 games, 6 games. The year the Chiefs were melting down and people had figured out Patrick Mahomes, that was fun. They won it by 2, and last year they won by 4 games. Those are massive spreads in a 17 or 16 game schedule. Here's the other reason people think, they might cruise to the division. How does Patrick Mahomes do against the AFC West? Do we have a graphic to show you about, he's the best ever? He is 11-0 against Denver, 9-1 against the Raiders, and the one win was so big they did a little victory lap. Yep. And the team that's really had his number, the Chargers, he's 7-2 against them. So, and here's where I would disagree with my pal Jeff Chadia on this divisional ranking. If you take the favorites out of the favorite out of the AFC East, Buffalo, take it out. That's still a damn good division.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Take Cincinnati out of the AFC North. That is a damn good division. You know why the AFC West is so hard? Because the Chiefs are there. Well, take the Chiefs out of it. That is not a great division. The Raiders stink. The Broncos won 5 games last year. The Chargers, you guys can't stop making fun of.
Look, obviously I'm picking the Chiefs to win the division, but I'm leaning toward Greg. Like, the Chargers should be improved with Kellen Moore calling the plays now. And he said it, 2 3-point games last year. The year before, they split with the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. The loss was in overtime. Last year, Denver went in a horrible season. Two one-score games.
Denver was down 28-0 to start one of those games.
Hold on.
Gave up.
But the Prince, all we hear about is the comeback. It was a
Denver
comeback
came back and won?
To
They
almost
won?
win.
To comeback to almost win.
One-score games.
I've never heard of that.
Two one-score
comeback
games
to
when they were
almost win.
horrible.
A comeback
when
to-
they were horrible. This year they're going to be better under Sean Payton.
Okay.
Russ is going to be better. I'm just saying it's
What
not
are we
going to be as
saying?
easy as you're saying.
I'm not. All I'm
And Chris
saying-
Jones going to be out the first 7 weeks.
Which is why it's noteworthy that all of their divisional road games are after those first 7 weeks. Here's what I would like. I would like, before we entertain the idea that the Chiefs are going to have any competition in the AFC West, for one of these teams to one time beat Patrick Mahomes in their stadium. Patrick Mahomes is undefeated in road divisional games. 15-0, like LeVar Ball, never lost. One time, let these opposing fans
But
get
that
to
means
have the
they beat
experience
them in
of having
Arrowhead.
Patrick Mahomes. Yes, you know what? You're right about that. He is only 12-3 at home in divisional games. He wins 80% of the home games and 100% of the road games, which is how you get 90% of all the games.
There we go.
What?
This whole thing just felt like fodder for the Chiefs social media team.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.